And here we are at the end of summer, boys and girls. Friday, the 31st of August, 2018. A very good morning to you on this Friday, and welcome to today's United Kingdom Talk, coming to you from Bracknell in Royal Berkshire. Yes, indeed, it's the last day of summer. I'm not quite sure what they mean by it on the television. The weather bloke came on this morning and he said, well, of course, tomorrow is the first day of the meteorological autumn. Now, does that mean that another autumn starts at another time? Or, of course, if you're in the States, the fall? Because they can't say autumn in the States. I don't know why it is. Everything has to be simplified for Americans. You know, for example, this, we call it a bin. That's too complicated for the Americans. For the Americans, that would have to be called a waste paper basket so that they know to put the paper in here and nothing else. Although I must admit, I have accidentally put in this empty Colgate Sensitive Pro Relief tube of a cardboard thing in here. Incidentally, this programme is not being sponsored by Colgate, but if anyone at Colgate wishes to sponsor us, it's £10,000 per show. We are pleased. Cheques and cash are all accepted. Yeah, last day of summer today. And tomorrow they say it's going to start autumn. I always thought autumn was October, but the meteorological autumn starts tomorrow. I suppose it's 3 months, isn't it? September, October, November is autumn. So December, January, February is winter. March, April, May is spring. June, July, August. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? That makes sense. But it's not going to cool down. In fact, if anything, it's going to warm up tomorrow, according to the Sun this morning. It says autumn will start tomorrow with an unseasonably warm weather, forecasters say. Temperatures expected to reach 77 degrees Fahrenheit, 25 centigrade over the coming days, with the south coast expecting to get the best conditions. And as it happens, I'm down here for another week at the moment. I spend half my time up north and half my time down here. Senior Met Office forecaster Marco Pedagna said much. What sort of name is that, dear? Can you change your surname to something normal like Smith? Patagna? Where's that from? Where's that? Patagna? Anyway, he said much of the country was in line for a brief. Have some of you got briefs on this morning? A brief increase in temperatures. Oh, talking of briefs, there was this bloke walking around in the swimming pool. I went night swimming last night. He had tight Speedos on. He was about 50. I mean, for God's sake, man. Dress your age. Tight Speedos at 50 years old, you know, and there's nothing to see. You know, that age, it's gone, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Anyway, much of the country is in line for a brief increase in temperatures. Saturday, Sunday and Monday are looking a bit like a return to the warmer days. Between now and then, things will be around average. So there we are. But the hot weather isn't always good. Now, how did you find the insects this year, eh? Around summer. A lot of wasps, were there? Oh, my God. So many wasps. I tell you, there seemed to be more wasps up north than there was down here. My sister lives in a nice little place called Woodhall Spa, which is up in Lincolnshire. My caravan is about 15, not quite 15, about 15 minutes drive from her house. And the amount of wasps, in particular, in the co-op, not only outside, the little bastards have managed to get inside as well, hanging around the fruit. And there were little hands, you know, trying to reach sweets and things like that. And wasps were everywhere. Well, it's not good news. Crop losses at the hands of swarms of hungry insects in this morning's Daily Mail could double by 2050. Will you still be here? 2050, go and work it out. How old will I be? 2018, 28, 38, 48, 49. So it's 32 years. So 32 years, and I'm 55 now. So that's 30, 55. So I'll be 113 by then, definitely. 55 plus 32, 130. No, maybe 117. I'll be 117 years old then. Now, the body at that point may have ceased to function, but I have a feeling my brain will continue. I'm actually considering having my head removed when I die and frozen and re-instigated, thawed out, and put in some sort of machine, perhaps in the 3000s, in the year 3000, put in a machine and then placed in front of a little camera so I can carry on doing my shows. How fantastic would that be? How old will you be in 2050, eh? The story goes, as bug populations thrive in the warmer temperatures brought about by climate change. That's, of course, if we haven't all drowned by then. With the climate change, with the water getting higher and higher, we'll all be standing. We'll have to go shopping standing on tippy toes. It'll be a bit like this. Trying to keep your heads out of the water. Very dangerous. But if the water don't get you, there won't be any food left. The crops set to be hit hardest include wheat, maize and rice, particularly in northern climates, say scientists behind the shocking... Let's do a shocked face, shall we? Can you do a shocked face? Behind the shocking new survey. Yes. The research predicts that pest-induced crop losses will rise between 10 and 25% for every 1 degree. So there we are. The bugs are going to take over. You think it was bad this year for wasps? You wait till 20 years' time. Won't be able to move through wasps. You'll open your door and get out of the way, wasps. Ghastly things. Oh, dear. Anyway, that's the weather news, which comes to you courtesy of United Kingdom Talk. Let's see who's there today. Good morning to Merlin. Morning, young Merlin. Recently purchased a new house in London, haven't you, Merlin? Good morning to you. First message of the day on Facebook Live from Merlin. Hello to Joanna over on the YouTube. Alan Russell. Good morning, Diane Jeb. Alan, are you singing tonight, dear? Are you la la da 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 true love? Why is all this people that won't sing on their own anymore but have to do it in duets? Can you not sing on your own, dear? Are you shy of standing on a stage on your own? Is that what's going on, Alan? You must select songs on your own, dear. You're one of those people that push themselves onto other people, aren't you? I bet you are. Oh, can you sing a song with me? How do you know they really want to sing a song with you? You don't know that. They might say yes, but they might mean no. What are you going to... Shall I select a song for you today, Alan? Let's think. Let's do... You're kind of... I think you're more sort of old schooly songs. Same as me. I'm better at doing old schoolies. Shall we do a Frank Sinatra? Shall we do Frank Sinatra? Shall we do... Da, da, da. Fly Me to the Moon. Can you do that one? Fly Me to the Moon? I think you can. Good morning to Maureen. Just text in there. Good morning, Maureen in London. Zubir. Good morning, Zubir. Happy Friday to you, sir, as well. Ants Galloway is off to Thailand tomorrow. Good morning, Ants. Are you going to purchase any clothing while you're there? They make suits over there, don't they, in Thailand? At vastly reduced costs, all made to measure in Thailand. It's true. My mate David Rosen, he was a DJ years ago. He drives a minicab now. He had 3 suits while he was over there years ago now. Cost him about 20 quid. It's true. Morning to Mikey Allen. Good morning, Mikey. Alan Campbell. Good morning. Black flies are driving me nuts. Alan, let me tell you, when you're up north near a field, you get these tiny little black flies and they are so annoying. They don't seem to bite. Oh, talking of bites, my hand seems to be better now. Look at that. I had a couple of antihistamine tablets the last couple of days. I got bitten on... I think it was Tuesday. I got bitten on Tuesday, and this hand became very swollen, going all the way up my arm. There's the bite there. There's the actual bite. Look. There is the actual bite. And this hand got all hot for a couple of days, but it does seem to have gone down now. Look, evil. I hope that fly is dead. Good. I'm glad that fly. Something else died this week. What else has died that we're pleased about? I can't remember. Was it something that died or a Oh no, it was a company that collapsed. Same sort of thing, you know. Alan, 32 and 55 is 87. I'm sure that's incorrect, Alan. No, I think 32 and 55 is about 132. I'm sure it's about 132, Alan. I think you're incorrect there. Sorry, old boy. Flying ants are the worst. Yes, indeed, Alan. They're all big things, aren't they? Have you ever been cycling? Right? Have you ever been cycling with your mouth open and you fly into a load and you cycle into a load of flying ants? And they're big, horrible things. But you only see them for about a week, don't you? Is it about a week you see them for? And they all hover, don't they? Waiting to enter an open orifice as you cycle through them. Evil things. Morning to Weird City Citizen. Good morning. You're all very late in joining us I have to say, this morning. Where's everyone been? Is a 5-minute countdown not long enough for you? Would you want a 15-minute one? An hour? I could do a little hour video to show before I start the show. Would that be a better idea? Where is everyone? Why are you all so late? What's going on, dear? God's sake, man. Alan's going to buy me a calculator for Christmas. Not needed, Alan. I've got one here. Got one here. Let's try it out, shall we? So that's dun 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 bum 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 bum. There we are. Bum 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 bum. There we are. 162. So we were both wrong. Okay, that is the correct calculation for the sum requested. Thank you. Morning to Dinesh. AD James is there. Good morning to AD, Gabrielle and Louisa. I hope your little child is doing all right. Alan says I can do anything. Oh, really? Can you now? How about... Okay, fair enough. He's talking about karaoke there. How about Justin Bieber? This one. La 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 la. What's that one? Love Myself. There you go. There's your song for tonight, Alan Russell. Oh, well, you should have mouthed off then, should you, dear? My selection for you today is Justin Bieber and Love Yourself. That can be the song that you sing tonight. Thank you very much. Oh, yes. Weird City Citizen is loving the jacket. Thank you. This is old. This was only 70 quid, this one. I've had it a while. I got it in a sale. We went down to the outlet shops in Oxfordshire. Now, where is that? Bicester. Is it Bicester or Bicester? One of the two. They got outlet shops. And we walked in and this was just hanging there. 75 quid. Reduced from 350. Yeah. I may be buying a few more items of clothing to wear on the show and at the karaoke when I go to Vegas in a few weeks' time. So looking forward to that. Hello to Paul, who's in Amsterdam this morning. Is that what's going on? Is that because you're in foreign countries? Are your clocks gone back or something? Everyone's a bit late this morning. Gabriel is watching the show for the first time. Probably not able to understand much of what I say. I do like to teach my great nieces and nephews. I do like to teach them, AD, strange noises to make. Here are 3 of the strange noises concerned. Buh, buh, and and ee. They are 3 of the strange noises that I like to teach little children to do. Try it again. Buh, buh, ee. You may have heard me doing those before at the karaoke. I'm sure you have. Thank you, Radio. I'll have a look at the WhatsApp picture later. I don't have that that phone with me. Good morning to the lovely Ben. Good morning, Ben. Looking as good as you always do. Just think one day, Ben, if you're lucky, you may be as good looking as me. I think. Hello to Shania. Very busy at these Isle of Wight illuminations and things like that. I see all your pictures. It's fantastic. Good morning to Terry Savage. Brendan. Alan's just come back. Oh, no. Can't do that one. There you go. And I got to tell you, this is particular with karaoke, right? Someone will come up to you, in this case, Alan, okay? And you'll say, well, what do you want to sing? Oh, I can sing anything. Right? What, anything at all? Yeah, anything at all. Then you give them a song. Oh, no, I can't do that one. Well, why did you ask then? Why did you ask? Oh, they come up. Oh, can I do a song by ABBA? Yeah, of course you can. What one do you want? Oh, any one I do. Right, okay, I'll call you up. And then you call them up, and then you start playing a song. I don't know, Super Troop. Oh, I can't do this one. Well, why did you ask me to choose it then, dimwit? Huh? Give me a song then. Give me an old-fashioned love song. La da 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 da. I like that one. That's a nice one. You could do that one perhaps. Alan says, I will never sing again. My windows don't need replacing. Oh, you can get cling film, dear. Why shell out on double glazing when you can get cling film? Nina likes Justin Bieber. He's going out with that girl, isn't he? They look very happy together. Perhaps they get married and they want me to do Chris Ridden's Mobile Disco. Oh, yeah. I can turn up in a little transit van with lots of lights and sound. I like the sound of that. Good morning to Wayne Martin, who sticks his thumb up like that. Good morning, Wayne. Brendan Brady fan is there, says, I won't mention your beard because I'm sure you're tired of all the comments by now. Okay, don't then. Don't then. Good. I'm happy with it. You say what you want. Don't care anymore. Don't listen to anyone else anymore. Don't listen anymore. I'm at that age now where people make comments. They make comments. You know what? When you're trying to do something. Let's think of an example. Okay, for example, cutting up peppers. Something as simple. And now my mate's very good at this. When I'm doing something, he says, oh, well, why don't you do it this way? Because I don't want to do it that way. Right, here's a really good example. Now, I was cutting up peppers once. I can't remember how I was doing it. And he's like, oh, why don't you do it this way? You're making it awkward for yourself. Oh, right, okay then. So he then gets the pepper like that. Do you like peppers? Oh, I love pepper. I used loads of peppers last night. I was making my spaghetti arrabbiata sauce last night. Oh, delicious. Hot, dear. Hot. That's an understatement. You start eating it and the top of my head starts sweating profusely. There's so much chilli in there. We do like a chilli. So he's got this. I've got the pepper like that. And you know where the stalk is? He gets a sharp knife and cuts around the stalk. So if you've got your pepper like that, and then he pushes in from the top and cuts, and then pulls out the stalk. And he's like, there you go. How much easier was that? And for a few years now, I've been doing it that way. Not easy. Not really easy. It's you cut the thing, pull the stalk out, and then you kind of, little seeds and that are still in there. So you're pulling those out, and then you wash it. Oh, there's still some more in there, like that. I've been doing it like that for ages. Then I was around my niece's house only a couple of weeks ago, and she's got this pepper. She's doing some cooking now, and she's just gone slice with the top. I said, oh, do you do it like this? She said, yeah, I've always done it like this. Why? How do you do it? So I said, well, give us a pepper. And I showed her. She said, that's mad. How difficult is that? You don't even get the seeds out. She said, watch this. So she cut the top off, like another one, and simply put her hand in and pulled out the whole thing of seeds. No more seeds left. Okay, maybe a couple. Quick wash out. It's gone. So much easier. And people are always suggesting, aren't they? They're suggesting how it would be easier if you do it this way, or easier if you do it that way. Let me tell you, when you get to 50, you know. You already know. So you don't need the suggestions. Do you know what I mean? How many times has that happened to you? You're doing something. Oh, why don't you do it this way? Mind your own business. I'm doing it this way, and that's it. Thank you. Hello to Andrew Charles joining us this morning. Terry, I think I mentioned you this morning already. Terry Savage is there. Nina, good morning, Nina. Alan's gone already. That was quick, Alan. Blimey, you didn't stay the course today, did you? Gone already? Dear, I like you singing My Life, Billy Joel. La 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 la. Well, can you do that one, Alan? Can you do My Life? I think you should be. Brendan Brady says you're a far better singer than Justin Bieber. Yeah, but he looks better, doesn't it? Let's be honest. He's young, he's got muscles and tattoos. He does look better. Although, I do wonder, some of these people, young people who have tattoos look fantastic. As you get older, the tattoos start sagging, you know, so you might have a beautiful woman. I know some of the lads have got beautiful women with breasts tattooed onto their arms or their chest muscle up here, their pec. And they look fantastic. But as they get older, you see the skin starts sagging and the breasts are almost hanging down to their knees on the tattoo. Actually, the same thing's happened to my sister in real life. She leaves the house and then collects her breasts 2 minutes later as they're still on the table. Don't! She might be watching. Hello to James. Morning, James. Weird City Citizen hates all the people, the contradictors. I work with a girl who contradicts everything everyone else say. I think it's a condition. Oh, yeah, again, my mate's like that. Actually, my sister's like that. My sister, she will always take the opposite point of view. Sometimes I think to myself, shall I try and work out what her point of view is? Or my mate's the same, Ronnie's the same. Shall I try and work out what his point of view is and then say that and see if they take my point of view? Do you see what I mean? Oh, there's people like that all the time. All the time. Morning, Andy. Morning. Where are you? I'm in Leicester, Nina says. I today am in Bracknell in Berkshire. Okay. Oh my God, there's my sister there. She's there now. Oh no. Good morning, sis. I hope your breasts follow you down to the shops later on. All right. So I told you my hand's a lot better now. That seems to be better now. Talking of my sister, actually, she mentioned yesterday that because I mentioned I got a new frying pan for £30 from House of Fraser, which I thought was fairly reasonable. A House of Fraser. But the £30, I mentioned it to my sister, and as always happens, whenever I think I'm going to stop telling people that I've bought something. As always happens, she quickly spouts back, "Oh, I could have got 2 for £20 from so and so," like that. Always the same, isn't it? Whenever you go and buy something, the only thing that hasn't happened to is the caravan that I bought. No one's come back to me and said, "Oh, you could have got one for £3,000 or something like that." That hasn't happened yet. I'm sure there are people at this very moment scouring the internet for a caravan which is going to cost £2,000 now so that they can prove me. It's almost like people want you to be wrong all the time, don't they? Outrageous. Alan wants to know when I'm going to watch Mr. Manilow. Is it Saturday? Next Thursday and next Saturday, Alan. Next Thursday and Saturday. And my mate's taking me there and back, which has cost me a tank full of petrol for 2 trips. But there you go. We must be grateful. It's either that or the train. It's either that or the train. All right. So I went shopping yesterday. We went up to the swimming pool after I finished the show. Ronnie comes around about 11 o'clock to take us to the swimming pool. And we both got changed. Well, we went in there. We got the timings wrong. Now, that's bad enough on its own. So the water aerobic people are in there at 11 o'clock on Thursday. Every day is a different time for the water aerobic people. Yesterday, it was 11 o'clock. So we got in there. But on the other side, it was packed with families. Because, of course, the school holiday. Now, I don't have a problem with that. Some of the regular members, "Oh, bloody kids are in there and all that." No. Children should be in there to swim. And you know what times, you know about the holiday situation. Don't go in there and bloody complain about a few children having a good time. That's just horrible. It's, "Oh, bloody kids are in here again. I can't go for my swim." Well, they've got to swim as well. They've got just as much right to swim in the swimming pool as anyone else. As any of the members, you know what times are bad. Unfortunately, we got the time wrong yesterday. So we went in, and the people doing the raw water aerobics, sometimes they take up half the pool, sometimes 3/4 if there's a lot of them. Yesterday, 3/4. Now, when we got in, it hadn't been separated. So at the moment, it's half the pool. We got half the pool for swimming up and down, and half the pool for mucking around, just walking and splashing and that sort of thing. Now, when the water aerobic people come in, the swimmers have to get out, okay? So that comes out. That is only for the water aerobic people. So we then have to go in with them. Now, when we got there, I would say already this half of the pool was quite busy, right? Although not too busy that you couldn't walk up and down. As we got there, they were moving the rope to give it 3/4. So now we're left with a single lane And in that single lane were loads of families with children, and you couldn't even walk from one end to the other. At which point we thought, oh, well, you just can't do anything. All you could have done was go in the pool and stand there and talk to people. And let's be honest, by the time you've heard me talking for an hour in the morning, you don't want to talk anymore. Do you know what I mean? So we got out, we had a shower, and we went shopping instead. And I've already decided to go at night time. Oh, I'll come back at night. You know, it's just one of those things. But it does annoy me when elderly, not elderly people, when swimmers, they know the times. We all know the times. Sometimes we get it wrong. We got it wrong yesterday. And, oh, bloody kids are in the pool. Can't wait for them to go. Don't be so blooming horrible. You was a child as well once. You know, let them have their little bit of fun as well, for God's sake. So then from there we went shopping. I popped over to the bank. Now, that was really nice. There was a bloke. He wasn't that old, I suppose, about 32. And as I went in, good morning, sir. And I thought, oh, where's the poison dwarf today? She's obviously been moved off that front desk at last. Thank God for that, miserable cow. It sits there, little midget thing it is, little fat midget thing with its glasses on like that, and it looks up occasionally and carries on tapping. Not very welcoming at all. But yesterday, there was a youngish, I say he is youngish, isn't it? 32-year-old lad standing there. As I walked in, morning, sir, and that's all he said. Oh, good morning. It makes such a difference. And while I was at the machine typing in my secret codes and inserting my bit of plastic into the machine, while I was there, someone else came in and he mentioned them by name. Elderly lady, so she obviously goes in there a lot by the sound of it. And good morning, Mrs. Smith, whatever her name was. And I thought, that's nice, you know, to welcome an elderly person into the bank like that. Really, really nice. So I secretly typed in my number, which is 1123, okay? 1123. So if you ever get my card, just put it in the machine. 1123. Get yourself a £5 and then give us the card back, okay? I put the card in the machine, inserted money, because we don't take money out of the bank, ever. Very, very... It's not there to be taken out, dear. Once it goes in, that's it. I don't understand. Over the years, that's the same bank machine there, and I've put quite a lot of money in there over the years, along with many other people. Why isn't the machine full up yet? I don't get it. You know, if you keep putting, like, if you have a glass jar and you put coins in there, eventually it will fill up when it says, ding, full. Why isn't the machine full up yet? Does it somehow compress all the banknotes in the machine so that you can just keep... But at some point, the machine in the bank must get full up, mustn't it? I don't understand. Why isn't there a new machine there now? That one must be full up now. Money is not to be taken out. It's only going in all the time. So I did that. Then I popped down to Waitrose. I left my mate in Waitrose because he did a big shop yesterday. He does most of his shopping in Waitrose, which we love. We love Waitrose. We love the staff in Waitrose, who are always very, very pleasant. Especially, I must give a special mention to two of my favourite members of staff there. Michelle, who is wonderful. She's started watching Dynasty. The new series of Dynasty, it's been on now for some months now. The whole series is on Netflix, and it's great. You must go and watch it. You must watch Dynasty. It's hilarious, absolutely hilarious. So had a little bit of a chat with her, got some bits and pieces to make my arrabbiata sauce, which I decided to do when I got back for lunch. Got back. Came back here for lunch and to put all the ingredients in for my spaghetti arrabbiata sauce. I put about 6 peppers I put in there. 6 peppers. The ingredients are peppers. The spices are chili, garlic, oregano, thyme. You need time enough to love. And basil. They're the spices. And there's lots of chopped up peppers in there. You can put some carrots in. I didn't put any carrots in this time. Little cherry tomatoes and tomato puree. Now I got 3 large tins of tomato puree from Booker's, which is like a wholesale thing. And this big tin, I think, was about £2. Now, if you can buy tubes of tomato puree, and that's as much as you're supposed to put in. Just one tube like that, you see. But I put the whole tin in, and what a difference that made. Oh, my God. So put it all in the slow cooker, you see, and turned it on. Then I had a little sleep in the afternoon, got up, I went for my late night swim last night. That was lovely. Got there about 9 o'clock at night. Closes at 10, so 9 o'clock really is the latest you can get up to. And it was only me and a lady in there, in the whole pool. So that was nice. As time went on, a few more got in, but it wasn't anywhere near packed at all. So I went for my late night swim. Walking back, we've got we've had them now for about nearly a year now. We've got these new street lamps here, LED street lamps, which are supposed to save enormous amounts of electricity, but they just aren't very. Well, they are bright. They're probably just as bright if you stand directly underneath them, but the light just doesn't spill out. And there's some really dark places now in Bracknell as you're walking down the street. Not where the roads are. There seem to be different types of lights. Whereas on the road, they're very high and bright, and there aren't any dark bits of roads. It's not going light, dark, light, dark, light. But on the pavements, it is. There's some pitch black bits where the light just doesn't spill over. They're useless. Absolutely useless, these LED outdoor lights. Although I've got LED lights all around my house that come on automatically at night. Now, they're very bright. So I don't know what sort of bulbs they've been using in these street lamps. Walked back and opened my door, and what was smelling, the spices and the chilli as I walked into the kitchen, and there it was bubbling away. It had been cooking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 hours in the slow cooker. Got loads of onions in there, loads of onions. And I'd done the spaghetti and I poured it out and I sat down there in front of the telly and had a very large bowl of spaghetti arrabbiata. Absolutely delicious. So hot that the top of your head starts sticking. If you've got a little bit of a bald patch there, that sweats profusely. Oh, and I sat there and I really enjoyed that. So that's it. Then I watched some telly. Now, can I give you a couple of great programmes to watch on the telly at the moment? First of all, Holby City. Now, it's Holby. It's a soap opera type drama type thing, isn't it? This week's Holby was probably the most powerful episode. It had me on the edge of my seat, and I was tearful and everything. Sasha, who's one of the surgeons, he made friends with a patient who was waiting for, I think, a kid. Oh no, something. There was something wrong with his bowel. So he was having an operation on his bowel and he became great friends. Sasha was depressed, and meeting with this young person brought him out. They became friends, and he used to go and visit him and all that, and it was all working well. And on the hospital bed, don't worry about anything. There's a very, very slight risk, but I've done people with slight risks all the time, he said, and we always get through. Well, he died on the operating table. And it was so incredibly sad. It was awful. So Sasha just wants to end it all. And he goes to the top of the hospital car park and wants to chuck himself off. I won't tell you what happened. Wow, what a powerful episode of Holby City. And congratulations to the BBC for that. Really, really very good. But that's not the only thing I've been watching. Tom Edwards, who used to be one of the Thames television announcers. He also did ATV, Anglia, HTV. It was on pirate radio as well. And he's become a friend of mine. Tom Edwards, who I met up with a couple of weeks ago, suggested I watch The Bodyguard. He said it's the best thing I've seen on the BBC for ages. So I started watching that as well last night. Ended up watching the there's only been 2 episodes out so far. Oh my God, what a fantastic programme. It's really good. It will have you on the edge of your seat. And it all comes together. The acting, the story, and the music. The music, it just has you on the edge of your seat. It's very, very well made. One of the best things I've ever seen on the BBC for years, to be honest. Although, and it's about It's about this bloke who looks after the Home Secretary. Now, the bloke who's playing it, his name is Sergeant David Budd in the programme. His real name is Richard Madden. Oh my God, what about his looks? His looks, absolutely stunning. And I'm looking at this good-looking lad on there who's about, I suppose he's about 32, 34 in the programme. And I'm thinking, do you know what? I think he's going to be as good-looking as I am now. I'm going to predict that. Because of how he looks now, absolutely gorgeous. I think he's going to be as good-looking as I am in years to come. Anyway, very well played. It's about him being the bodyguard of the Home Secretary in this programme, and there's explosions, and I cannot praise it enough. Please watch The Bodyguard. First 2 episodes now, of course, on the BBC iPlayer, and I don't know when the next one is actually. But Theresa May doesn't like it, apparently. In The Independent this morning, it says Theresa May has snubbed the new BBC drama based on the story of a fictional Home Secretary, and The Independent understands that the Prime Minister could not bring herself to watch a whole episode of the show, which is said to be already in line for a second series. Line of Duty star Keely Hawes plays the ambitious Home Secretary Julia Montague in the political thriller, which also delves into politicians' private life in steamy scenes. And there were steamy scenes. Although there wasn't much flesh. If you're hoping to see a bit of Richard Madden's bum, you're going to be disappointed. Although he does walk around in small shorts at one point. So, we have to be happy with that, I'm afraid. But, a lot of these programmes on the telly, whether it's drama or what, and they have the sex scenes, and quite frankly, I find it a bit of a turn-off. I don't want to see people shagging on the telly. I can do that on YouPorn if I want to, on the computer. Why do we have to sit there and we're watching a story? Wasn't there a couple of episodes of Doctor Who where he was kissing someone? We don't want to see that on Doctor Who, do we? So I'm never a fan of sexual type scenes on television programmes. It really just doesn't do it for me. I don't know about you. The programme apparently did not interest her in The Independent this morning, Mrs. May, with a source saying that she started to watch but switched it off after 20 minutes, so she didn't like it. I don't know why. Maybe it was a little bit too close to home for her, perhaps, or something like that. Don't know, but please watch The Bodyguard, okay? After that, I switched off my telly and I got my new Lego set out. I haven't got it with me, actually. Lego, it's a creator and it's like a large VW camper van. And it's not the same as the other Lego stuff I've taken. It's got several bags of parts, but in this one, the bags are not numbered. So you've literally got to empty all the bags onto a table. I tried not to at first. I had the bag, is that one in there? And you're doing this, and where's that bit there? And so, oh my God, it's actually quite complicated. I put all the bits down, I started, and I can't find this bit, and I can't find that bit. Oh. And I thought, do you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to get the Hoover out and just hoover the lot up and throw it away. No, I will persevere with that. And I've got so far. So I don't know if that's normal with the larger Lego sets. See, the smaller ones I had, because hang on, I've got the box here. 1 minute. This was the last thing I made. Now that's the last thing I made there. And there are several bags in there which are numbered. So in the instruction booklet, it'll say open bag number 1, and then you work with that bag. And when you finish with that bag, you move on to number 2. In the thing I've got downstairs, which is a larger model, and there are only like 5 or 6 bags of parts, none of which are numbered. So you've got to empty the whole lot, and there's a little table downstairs which is covered in bits of Lego, which I shall work on. I've already started working on it. I've got so far. But it's so... And eventually I just emptied the bags onto the table because I couldn't find stuff. I think it's going to be something that I wish I'd never started. So that's a Lego. Came to bed and that's it. Now, funnily enough, one of our viewers, Julian, sent me in a little link this morning because I was after a Lego Tower Bridge, but it's about 300 quid. It's a big set, 300 quid, and I've got a problem parting with £300 for a box of Lego. I've got a bit of a problem with that. And he sent me a link from a place where the same thing, it looks like the same thing, is 85 quid. Now, that sounds too good to be true, so I clicked on it, and it's coming from China. So I don't know about that. I'm a little bit suspect of that website, to be honest. It's like one of those things that sounds like it's too good to be true. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think I'm gonna order something from there, and it just sounds too good to be true, that one, Julian. But thank you very much for posting me that thing there. All right, okay. Let's do some of your messages. Sports Direct. What should I have bought from Sports Direct? I can't remember now what we were talking about then. Paul Adamson says, people keep telling me, how can I get it cheaper? My reply is, I don't want it cheaper. Time is money. Not going to waste my life trying to save pennies. Oh, yes. I agree with you. I agree with you, Paul. What about those people that drive 10 miles to save a penny on petrol? I mean, you know the route you're going to take usually, so check out the route that you're on, you know, and then if you find petrol cheaper, take it there. But don't go like 10 miles off route because you spend that money just trying to save the penny. Madness, isn't it? Good morning to Ben Atwood, who's just done from his night shift. Excellent song by the Commodores, Night Shift. Have a little listen to that. Cordy says, get your money out. No! I'm not getting my money out. No, it must not leave the bank ever. It is tied up there. My sister says I am old. Not as old as you, dear. What do you mean, age? No, age has got nothing to do with it. Have a look in the mirror, sis. Have a look in the mirror and then look at a picture of me and you'll see who looks older, my dear. All right? Oh, it's your beard. It makes you look old. Is that what it is? You're right, Alan mentions Princess Diana. 21 years ago today, she lost, didn't she? So we lost Diana in that terrible car crash. I remember that. Now, what was I doing at the time? I think I was in hospital. I had my burst appendix then. 21 years. I can't believe it's 21 years ago since I had my burst appendix. Nasty. Good morning to Tony, who's in Levin, New Zealand again. Good morning to you, sir. Who's not won a... There are no prizes, I'm afraid. There's no prizes at all. Weird City Citizen says, be careful with sites from China. Yes, that's what I mean. He says a lot of counterfeit, also some scam sites offer great deals as a ploy to harvest credit card. That is exactly what I thought, to be honest. I looked at that site and I just don't trust it at all. So I think we're going to leave that one out. All right. Good. Let's have a look here. What else have I got to talk about now? Glad to see that the thieving bastards known as Womga are going out of business. Yes, it's all collapsed. Good. I'm really, really pleased about that. Womga, the average payday loan is 250 quid. Now, why did it run out of money? Why has it collapsed? Well, on the BBC News site today, it says the average payday loan is 250 quid. So that's the one where you go in, you borrow 250 quid, and probably if you pay it back within a week, I don't know, it's 275. So it's cost you 25 quid, which is still a lot of money. A lot of money. But it says the interest Womga receives on that is an average of £150. So you borrow 250 quid. If you don't pay it back within that week or 2 weeks, whatever they give you, some people are paying £150 interest on that loan of £250. It's shocking. The lender is facing a wave of compensation claims, and the cost of processing each of them, whether the borrower's claim is held up or not, is about 550 quid. And Wonga's got to pay all this, have they? A year ago, 90% of all claims were organic. That means the borrower initiated the claim, him or herself. Only 10% came through claims management companies. Those percentages have reversed to 90% now coming through claims management companies, leading to a big rise in absolute claim numbers. And I think the government did something as well, didn't they? The government did something as well. But it was outrageous, you see, because the sort of people that would go to a loan company that presumably they've been turned down by banks because the banks have deemed that they couldn't afford to repay the loan. So then they go to people like Womga, oh yeah, take the money, and then they are charged exorbitant rates of interest. We've seen them on Watchdog and programs like that on the telly. Absolutely horrifying, the amount of money that some people have paid back to these companies over the years. Anyway, they're going out of business. Good. Okay, you could say to yourself, well, you know, it's the person who went there. It's not Wonga's fault that perhaps you went to Womga because you're a bit tight on the money. Want to borrow 100 quid? Oh, I'll be able to pay it back next week. But you can't, can you? And that's when the interest starts going up. So I am glad in a way. I suppose there will be other companies like this out there who will pick up the slack, though, and people will simply find somewhere else to go. But how you can charge someone so much money, gosh. Perhaps you've got a loan with them. Do you not think you're going to have to pay it back? Well, you'd be wrong there, I'm afraid. Again, on the BBC website this morning, it says the collapse of the UK's best-known payday lender Womga has implications for its customers and the wider short-term credit sector. This is in this morning's BBC website. Although few will mourn its demise, there is little to cheer for the lender's existing customers. With less competition, there's a chance that the borrowing costs could rise for others. And one of the questions people are asking is, I have a Womga loan. Will this be written off? And it says no. The repayments will still have to be made. Although this will be overseen by the administrators, in the short term at least, there is no practical difference in the way that these payments are made. A service will continue for anyone who needs help, and anyone struggling to repay can still get in touch and could also contact debt charities. So, yes, I mean, I'm afraid if you've got a loan with Womga, just because they've collapsed doesn't mean you're not going to have to pay it off. All right, so if you've got that, that's just how it is. Good morning to John Paris this morning. Tony says, I won a $100 petrol voucher today. How did you get that, Tony? Do you mean a pounds or dollar? Which one? Where can I get a £100 budget? I'll only fill up the tank, not even twice. If my tank's empty, it's nearly 60 quid now. 60 quid! 60 quid to put petrol in your car. It's a lot, innit? Alan says, when's your next quiz night? I miss them. No, I quit, I'm afraid. The Wednesday just wasn't working anymore, so we thought we'd try Sunday. I did one Sunday. We didn't have a single customer turn up, so I quit. I thought, I can't be bothered with this. And as it happens, it came at exactly the same time as I bought the caravan. So everything's kind of worked out nicely there, Alan. I only work 3 nights a week now, semi-retired. I do Monday, Friday, Saturday. That's it. I don't want any more work. Don't want any more work. That's enough for me now. Just do the karaoke and just a tiny little bit of DJing on that other night. And that's good enough for me. We don't work all these years, to continue working right up to our coffin, dear. We'll take some time off with my little children up north and what have you. Paul Gallagher, good morning to you. Welcome along to Paul Gallagher. Good. Okie doke. Now, was there anything else? Oh, we were talking about Lego. And I picked up this story from the Daily Mirror this morning. Lego and Bugatti, I think that's how you say it. That's a car, people, have teamed up to create the world's first in the life-size Chiron car that actually drives. A Lego car that actually drives. The 1 million piece Lego Technic Bugatti Chiron features an engine built from Lego using 2,304 Lego power function motors. The entire car is about 500 kilograms lighter than the real thing. All that weight to power offers about 5 horsepower, meaning a top speed of 12 miles an hour. Well, why do you need to go any faster than that? Let's be honest. It's about that. Do you know the average speed is about 12 mile an hour when I go from London to King's Cross at night? It's awful. It's not. It's probably about 9. It's about 19 mile an hour. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. The average speed from my house to King's Cross, sometimes on a Friday night or a Saturday night, can be 19 miles an hour. It's awful. So I like the look of this. The only parts of the 90% Lego car that aren't Lego are the wheels, tyres and front badge. Even the brakes are made of plastic. Lego is eager to also point out that there is even the structural support, load-bearing sections of the car are Technic parts with no reinforcements of glue used at all. No glue. How fantastic is that? It says this is the first time Lego Technic transparent elements have been used of this kind. While the car isn't up for sale, it would likely be a lot cheaper than the real thing, which is priced at around £2.5 million for a car. £2.5 million. And I read this story and I thought to myself, why can't you go to like Toyota and make your own car? Now, I'm not talking at the sort of position that a mechanic would be in. Now, my brother-in-law is very good at making things, fixing things. No doubt in my mind that if he wanted to, he could probably get all the parts together and make a car and make it work. I'm sure he could. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. But why can't we go and buy sort of on a slightly less complicated level? Why can't we go and buy a car to put it together ourselves, like you would do a chair or a table or a bed? I mean, you don't have to sit there sawing the legs out of a log, do you? It comes in a box and you put the screws together, put it together. Why can't we do that now? DIY your own car, like IKEA, like an IKEA type thing. You could call it iCar, couldn't you? iCar, although Apple might have something to say about that. Why can't we go out and buy a box of bits, maybe a quarter of the price of the car that you've got now, and build our own car? I quite like the sound of that. I do like the sound of that. Christopher Ireland says, how cheap to fix? Just put brick back on. How safe is your Lego car if you crash? And easy to fix. Soon it will go faster. Just wait, technology now. Can you see yourself in one, Chris? Yes, I would buy a Lego car to put together myself, and then I could drive to work in that. Perhaps I could put my little Lego rose on there as well. Look, there's the rose. Some say love, la da 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 da. Would you like a rose? Andy, just imagine if you crashed, you'd be in pieces. I'm in pieces now, mate. As you can see. Do you know, I haven't brushed my teeth yet. I've just realised that this morning. I can still taste the garlic on my spaghetti arrabbiata that I had last night. Weird City Citizen, imagine if you crashed, you would be just sat there in the middle of the road in a pile of Lego. Yes. All right, we're going to wrap up there, boys and girls. Let's do today's birthdays. Happy birthday on this Friday, the 31st of August, our last day of summer. Only two today. Nathan Stocks. Good morning, Nathan. Happy birthday to you. And Nick Christides is 50 years old tonight, or today. Happy birthday, Nick. Nick is the owner of a pub and like a catering firm that is built up with his wife, Fiona. over the last, actually quite quick over the last 2 or 3 years. They've moved very quickly on that and are doing very well. So happy birthday to you both. Let me sing you the song and then I'll tell you what I'm doing tonight, shall I? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Nathan and Nick. Happy birthday to you. Alright. There we are. Okay, it's Friday night, so I'll be hosting karaoke tonight, boys and girls, at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. 8:30 to midnight is the time there. It can get very, very busy there on a Friday night. So if you want to come and sing, it will be a pleasure to have you singing in front of all our wonderful characters and people that turn up. Okay, so that's karaoke tonight at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. That's it for the show today. If you haven't seen it yet, we've got a brand new closing video, which I played for the first time yesterday. So that's just about to come up now. I hope you enjoy that. And I'll see you again, hopefully, at some time tomorrow. Have a lovely Friday and enjoy the last day of summer. Cheerio.